I also want to use this opportunity to welcome our brother, one of the speakers today, Goswe Nwankwo Ba. You're highly welcome, sir. If you're with us, kindly just unmute yourself and say hello to the house. I also want to welcome our brother, Adeola Atinnuke. I welcome you, brother. I welcome our brother Hamza Abdul Salam. You're highly welcome. I also welcome our brother, I think that is the director in UK, Ambassador Said Lawal. Ambassador Said, you're highly welcome in this August, we call it August. It's actually in this August International Youth Day program, and one of the crucial programs for Nigeria youths.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chief Honorable Ambassador Ubani. Thank you for giving me the privilege to be here tonight. I welcome everybody, my brothers, my sisters, my mothers, my fathers in the struggle. You're all welcome. Thank you very much.
God bless you, Ambassador Lawal from the United Kingdom. Many of us, the Zoom area sometimes may not give us the clear name, so we may not even know who is who, but I want to welcome every one of us currently here. In the meantime, we'll be expecting some other delegates to join us, including the national chairman of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Chifu Kenwonsu, and other dignitaries. May I seek that we still have some two more minutes before we officially carry out the opening prayer of this event, because a heart that plays together wins together. And we believe this is an official, important meeting, one of the crucial meetings for a very special day, the International Youth Day, which is the day we are marking the celebration of the youth takeover leadership in Nigeria, and the day we are going to kickstart the journey to take over leadership in Nigeria. I want to welcome you all, Sani Bala Shehu, Tom Anigo, Praise Ifi, Honorable Festus, and every other person. I welcome you all, and I ask the Almighty God to give us a fruitful deliberation and give us a way forward towards the operation you take over leadership in Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless you all. In 2 minutes' time, somebody will have to lead us. I'm expecting to see Honorable Popola, who is supposed to be the one to give us the opening prayer here. In his accent, somebody else may need to go ahead for the opening prayer. Thompson Emmanuel, you're raising your hand. Please unmute yourself and lead us in the opening prayer in the accents of.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here. I'm here. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Please go straight to your opening prayer. Good evening.
Shall we pray? In Jesus' mighty name. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you. We give you glory, honor, and adoration. We bless your name, for you are a wonderful Father to us. We thank you for the privilege given to us this night to come together and say one or two things. Father, come and take your control. We commit everything. We commit everything we are going to say today. Father, come and take control in Jesus' name.
Amen.
We ask for your divine spirit from the above to guide us from this meeting. Do it for us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Engineer Ambassador Popola, for your opening prayer. And I also thank every one of us who have not introduced earlier. They have joined us. I've seen Barrister Favor Obi and many other ones that has joined. I want to welcome you all. Ambassador Stephen Adoye, I welcome you. I welcome every of us. And we'll be following this program according to the program agenda. So we just finished the prayer, and we are going to be heading towards the introduction of dignity, which I've been doing. So now, can Barrister Morris, the National Youth Leader, do introduction if there is any of the members of the party, ADC, National or BOT that have been that you can identify in the group. So if you can do some introduction, please. The room is there for you to cover that introduction to the house. Barrister Morris, over to you. Okay, in the absence of not having to identify the number 3 of the address, the welcome address, and somebody from the National Youth Council is supposed to cover that up. Please, is there the delegate of the National Youth Council, Ambassador Adodo or Innocent Ndwanya? Can you identify if any of you are there? The National Youth Council, just a brief remark for opening address. Is Ambassador Adodo or Innocent Ndwanya, have you joined us here? Okay. I understand very well sometimes we may be having some issues and with the connectivity of the Zoom. So in that regards, we are not going to actually wait. We'll be moving according to the program agenda for today. why we expect to hear from a welcome address from the president of the National Youth Council or his vice or somebody from the National Youth Council. Let me go into the number 5, which is a remark. I want to actually thank every one of us for joining this International Youth Day even Zoom meeting. This meeting is designed for us to celebrate the Youth Day here in our country. But men looking at the situation in the country, we understand there's nothing to be celebrated on. Rather, there's a need for an urgent fight against the freedom of our people from the hands of the bad leaders that has already brought us to our knees. A lot of calamity has befallen upon many of us young people in this country. And not only the young this time, but including the older people. Things has gone out of hand in our country. And if nothing is being done, we may be enslaved in our own land. Countries like China and British and many of these countries has already passed through a line that may be dangerous for our country if we don't liberate ourselves from bad governance. China has been giving out loans. The conditions attached to these loans are very dangerous. And if we don't speak and stop these bad leaders from leading us into grave, then we may live one day to notice that in this our own fatherland called Nigeria, we become a slaves, which is not what we want. Our father did not fight the battle for independence, for us to be re-enslaved by the white. This is why we must unite and speak in one voice. And this time around, the only valid voice that we need to speak is that the youth are taking over leadership. The youth are due to take over leadership. And the youth will fight with our last blood to take over leadership. As we are all aware, we have already designed a mechanism towards taking over leadership. We know what we want. We choose to run online pool to ensure that we decide a one-party system. A one-party system that we will all use to take over leadership. Even APC was built under different political party deciding a one system. They brought in ADC, which was the idea to take over leadership from PDP, and it works. I am sure we have what it takes to take over leadership through the one-party system. And the only thing that has to be done is to carry out an administration process to bring all other structures, all other political structures of the 91 political party that was deregistered up to 18, -2, then 16. Now we have ADC, how to bring everyone under the one adopted party system that won the online pool, which is the African Democratic Congress. That is the mechanism that we have set in place. And that is what we have to do. But to do so, we require a lot responsibility, a lot resources required. Above all, the documented work has already been done. ADC has signed a memorandum of understanding between us and the party to give room and give the youth and women 70 and hold on to 30. We are now holding 70. We must integrate every structures and reflect this 70 into the party and prepare to take over leadership, which include we must be fully involved in what is happening in ADC, both in the current election that is coming up in Anambra State, because the election in Anambra State actually determine a lot to decide in the agenda of 2022 election in Osun and Ekiti, then 2023 general election. Now the ADC has signed the memorandum of understanding. We have all documents intact to do the needful. What we are lacking is the administration role. We are lacking the resources, the office space, the materials, including DI printers, ID card printing machines, and HP laptops, and all this. Most especially mobility, a vehicle that will convey us from one place to another, which is a very crucial things we need. Within the 6th region, we are supposed to have gotten our at least one buses showing the capacity that the youth is taking over leadership, which is going to be well branded and giving the message clear so that the youth will know that something is happening for them to now start coming on board to take over the movement, because this movement has to be taken over by the youth, and the movement will flow in all the 774 local governments, and by the grace of God, by 2023, we will come out fully with victory. I am sure if we don't work hard, we may not meet up Anambra. But if we have fast actions and support, then we can still take over Anambra State. Because we're already here on ground in Anambra State for a very long time now. More than 2 years, we've been here. We have been setting up networks. All we need is the capacity support from the delegates, our dignitaries, our brothers and sisters, both at home and in diaspora, so that we can put actions into words. We can put those words into actions to see that we take over Anambra State election. So I want to thank you all for joining this program, and I want to leave the floor for Barrister Maurice, that is the National Youth Leader of the African Democratic Congress, to discuss, to carry out his remark and discuss about the 35% strategies compass that ADC has already given to the youth and women. Thank you very much. Barrister Maurice, are you there with us? Barrister Maurice, are you there? Okay, I am very much aware that the network has been disturbing throughout. So Barrister Maurice is not in, so we jump to the next agenda, which is the role of women involvement. The National Supervisor Ladies Wing, Ambassador Joy Bakare, Ambassador Eunice, any of them can just discuss the roles of women and in the emergence of ADC as the third force. Ambassador Joy Bakare. Ambassador Joy Bakare. Okay. Like I already said, the MOU has given room for 70-70 between the youth and women, and I'm sure the women are actually going to be fully integrated into the process, and through the administration work, all important women, including people like the Aisha Yusuf, and so everybody will be brought on board and get involved in the movement. And they will be covering up their 35%, which are including the widows, the fiscally challenged, and co. Every team, we already have all this in place, and I believe at the appropriate time, everybody will benefit from this 35 that the ADC has already given to us. So, in the absence of others, I don't know, Dr. Ifenyinwa Kanu, are you with us here, Dr. Ifenyinwa Kanu? We are already in number 8 of the agenda. So we need to fasten the process because of network. It's very, very also frustrating. So Dr. Ifenyinwa, if you're here, over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Comrade Vincent Obani, for the invite to speak today. It's my pleasure to be here, and my greetings to everybody. And it's a special day, being the International Youth Day, and very much impressed on the fact that the International Youth Day is very much linked to the food system, which is very central and something I'm really passionate about, to see that we evolve a more sustainable food system. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share my screen to talk us through some of the key points I've prepared for us today to share with us. I don't know if I can get the screen sharing, please. Is it possible? Is it possible for me to get screen sharing, or do you want me to just talk?
No, you can go ahead.
I need to be enabled.
Okay, please, the admin, can you take care of that? The admin, because the admin, please, if you can take care of that, please.
That would be great. So while we are trying to sort that out, I'm just gonna kind of give us a highlight of what the discussion is all about. It's centered on tech and data as an enabler for food sustainability. So how can we make farming something really exciting and very much interesting for the young ones, so that we see the value in farming and understand that through farming we can actually feed a lot of people and help other people live a healthier and better life. And if not for anything, being able to make such an impact in our generation, in the life of other people, will be a driving force for us to want to be part of this change, to evolve a more sustainable food system. So that is what we're going to talk about. It's all about how technology could be a great enabler to helping us to do that. So thank you so much for giving me access to share my screen. So I'm just going to do that. So great. Tech and capacity building as enabler for sustainability. I'm Dr. Ife Kanu. I'm passionate about engineering solutions to address global challenges. One of the key things we're looking at the moment is the Sustainable Development Goals, counting down to 2030. How can we meet these Sustainable Development Goals within our society, just to improve the life of people? But for us, our focus is on food sustainability, because we know that food sustainability cuts across the other 17 Sustainable Development Goals. If we can help people to feed better and live a better and healthier life, it will have an effect down across every other aspect of the Sustainable Development Goals. Why is this very important? Because we know that over 900 million people are currently hungry. But what people don't know is that 1 in 5 deaths actually occur because of malnutrition. So if we eat better food, if we take care of what we eat and make sure that we eat the right food, we will live a more healthy life and we wouldn't have to take a lot of medication. You have less obesity, you have less people getting overweight, you have more fit people. But more importantly, we know that over 1.3 billion tons of food is wasted. Most people don't understand that we waste so much and we don't have so much. And it's just difficult to understand how both of them is actually possible in our society. So what do we do? How can we use technologies to solve these problems? We work across different areas such as enzyme engineering. So this is kind of how you look at the way the activities of the body, the metabolomics in the body, the activities of the body, and then understand how we can use that improve other things we do around the food system. We talk about embedded sensors, Internet of Things, how can use photonics to really help us understand how systems work. And then when we gather those data, we need to use artificial intelligence or machine learning to look into those data and make some meaning out of those data, and how we can actually ensure that people understand where their food is coming from and where it's going to. And we're moving into more of quantum characterization, which is more enhancing the classical computers that we have today so that they're more intelligent. So, the question will be how does this apply to agriculture? Like, a normal farmer in the village, how does this impact their life? Well, in so many ways it does, because, you understand better how you grow food and how you use the nutrient around you to grow the right food, and also how you ensure you have a sustainable and regenerative agricultural process. How can you even use the water you have around you in the most efficient way so that you can irrigate your farm because you know what your crop needs? And also, how can you use satellite data to understand when your crop is due or ripe for harvesting? And also, how can you ensure smart building and equipment management based on sensors present in different equipment that you use? These are all things that is evolving in the agri-food sector, and the more our young ones can adapt their solutions and run with it, the better we can drive change in our food system. Now, it's really important to know that Africa's got 60% of arable land in the world. So we've got a great opportunity to really make an impact in the food system. And it's so unfortunate that most of African children go to bed sleeping, go to bed hungry, which is not right. We've got the ability to really give them good food and provide a healthy life for them. And this is if more young people could really engage in using technology to improve the agri-food production in a sustainable way. So there's a lot we can do. There's endless potentials, whether in terms of input of materials, how we improve the land to give us the best value, how we can actually advise people on what they eat and how that improves their health, how we can use the information and the data we get around us to see how we can make more food available to people, improve soil quality, and also improve the life of our farmers and make farming really an enviable profession for people to go into. So this is really a good time to leapfrog Africa with the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. There's a great opportunity to leverage a lot of support around that to improve the livelihood of African people. But how do we do that? There's a lot of gaps that need to be filled, and there's a need for collaboration and partnership to be able to deliver that successfully. And these are the things that we've identified that we really need to work on within the African continent to make agri-food production and wider adoption of technology and data a very useful asset to improving food system. So how is IntelliDigest helping? So I'm the CEO of IntelliDigest. What have we been doing to help? We work across the food system from farm to fork. We provide capacity building. We develop technologies. Our technologies are built on different cutting edge research, which I have mentioned before. I'm happy to talk about what these technologies do, but this is something we really love. The nature inspired robot is more like the way as human we consume food. This technology or this robot has been developed with embedded sensors to do the same and then process food in such a way that we can get nutrients to use back into the food system. And these nutrients can be used for different purposes. And also, we've developed technologies to extend the shelf life of agri-food products, and we've developed an app that can help to track food loss and food waste, which we currently created an awareness for it sometime about 2 weeks ago and launched it in the UK during the Circular Economy Week on June 18th. And we're actually having to also launch some of these during this or presented during the COP26, which we're looking forward to. There's a lot of benefit that can come from using this global food loss and waste tracker, which I'm happy to go into details if anybody has got any question on it. But the key thing is that it helps you to understand what you're eating, where it's coming from, how you're eating it, what's impact on the environment, what's greenhouse gas emission, what's economic cost for you, and also gives you a kind of a chart to monitor your food intake and how that is affecting your life. So ultimately, what we want to do is help people live a better life, eat right food, have access to the right food, and also improve agri-food production. So definitely, this is time to expedite action to 2030. We need to do everything through this International Youth Day to sensitize our youth on the importance of prioritizing agri-food production, sustainable agri-food production built on technology and data insight to be able to create more food that will be available to our society. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm happy to, follow up discussions, answer questions, or, put more clarification where necessary. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And what a wonderful presentation. Really appreciate your presentation. And like I said, we are going to do more of a program that will capture more of your lecturing process on your activities. So we thank you very much. Ambassador Said Lawa, you're the next to do your brief presentation. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. Chikubani, thank you so much for the privilege. And also say massive appreciation to the doctor that just presented. That was fiery, concise, and accurate presentation. Thank you very much for the educative presentation. Right. Again, my name is Sahid Lawal. I'm from England. I will be talking about International Youth Day, and my presentation will focus on the roles and responsibilities of our youth to provide solution to the current humanitarian calamities or crises that are facing Nigeria as a country. You have to pardon me because everything I have to say today has to be focused solely on Nigeria. So part of the problems that we are facing, I've mentioned humanitarian crisis like gender-based violence. We also have FGM, which is female genital mutilation. We have poverty around. We have agitations for independence from every right-hand corner of Nigeria, from the south to the west, to everywhere everybody wants to be on their own. The structuring, insecurity, and most importantly, climate change. Climate change. This particular term, it's not something that is very rampant in Nigeria. People tend to downplay it. Perhaps some people don't even know whether we face any problems as a nation as a result of this climate change. So as a result of that, I will say more things on that. I will have to talk about the causes of this climate change in Nigeria. When we talk about climate change, we're talking about this poisonous emission of greenhouse gases from it could be from vehicles, it could be from industrial discharge into the society, it could be from deforestation and all sorts of. Sorry, I will have to put my video on. Yeah. So all sorts of other places where we can, get all these poisonous gases from. So briefly, the overview of climate in Nigeria. We know we have a tropical climate, and we have two distinct seasons. So we have wet and dry seasons. So as a result of this, in some part of Nigeria, like the southern part, for example, we have longer period of rainy season, which is from March to November, and the northern part we have from May to September. So the mainstay of the economy before the oil was discovered in commercial quantity was agriculture. So how has this agriculture, this sector, has been affected by the climate change is enormous because, for example, these poisonous gases is affecting a lot of our crops, affecting the weather where we are supposed to have rain, for example, that is supposed to grow some of our crops for several months. We have this period shortened, perhaps for 1 month or 2 months. So as a result of that, it affects the quality and the quantity of the crops available for people. Also, in terms of the yield as well, we have low crop yield. As a result of that, we have food shortage as well. So these, as well as the livestock production is reduced, some of our animals will not be able to eat healthy food. As a result of that, the milk you get from cow, for example, will be reduced, and the quality will be very, very reduced. Also, in addition to that, we will have the low income, which is contributing to the poverty level that we have in Nigeria. So now we have, because I only have 10 minutes, sorry, pardon me, I have to be very quick. Now, what is the role of our youth in combating this menace, the problem we've highlighted so far? First of all, I think our youth need to have a better environmental education to know what is the meaning of this climate change we are talking about. How do we know the causes of this climate change? What are the effects on our lives, from our income to the quality and quantity of the crops and other environmental disaster, and even the air that we breathe in Nigeria and we breathe out? How fresh are they? Are they healthy enough? A lot of some decisions that happens to some people in Nigeria, people attribute it to a lot of things. But what I've been able to observe is everyone has been able to downplay this climate change as one of the major problems of public health crisis in Nigeria. So the role of our youth is for us to understand, to have this proper environmental education, and also to create greater awareness about how climate affects. Oh, sorry. Meeting, please. I beg. Oh, I'm so sorry about this. Sorry about it. I have to move. Sorry. So I'm so sorry. Well, just 1 second. Oh, yes. As a result of this, we have to create a greater awareness about education within our youth, and also around the governance. What do our youth understand about the governance, about the rights and privileges in the country? Look at the current problem we are having, talking about the corruption, about the bad leadership in Nigeria. In what ways have our youth actually contributed to the problem they are facing? Because the people that the problems are affecting hardly enough are the youth. So how do they understand that they have contributed in one way or the other with the problem that's happening at the moment? So then that will take me to godfatherism. We were talking at some point in the past, about a few weeks ago. Someone was trying to justify godfatherism, trying to compare it to mentoring and stuff like that. And it made me to understand that our youth need education around governance to understand what is the fine line between someone calling himself or herself your mentor and someone who is actually acting as a godfather for your political career or whatever you career. So this area is very crucial for our youth to have a proper awareness, sensitization, and education around this, as well as the climate change. Apologies for the disruption so far. I would have to stop here because I've been given just 10 minutes. But if you permit me, I'm more than happy to just move forward. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
the 2 minutes left to round up your process.
Okay,
Thank
2
you
minutes left.
very much.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, as I was saying, so having identified all these problems, so the responsibility and the roles our youths can play to help us to make sure the future of Nigeria is better, whether it's Nigeria, or restructured Nigeria, or independent countries, whatever we call it, is, we must have a proper understanding of environmental education. And this will start from our teachers. Our teachers, right from the elementary school to high school and to the tertiary level, for them to make this an integral part of their curriculum, environmental education, so that we understand the threat that the climate change poses to our collective being in Nigeria. And also, we've mentioned the issue of public awareness campaign by the youth. So we need to understand this, and also our media channels as well, the radio stations, Facebook, Instagram, TV stations. They should be able to have this education as well, so that they'll be able to transmit this information to the populace, either by using English language as the form of communication, or using our own indigenous languages as well. If you want to transmit this in the East, make sure you use the language that people understand over there, so that everybody will not be left behind. Some of our fathers and our mothers do not have the kind of contemporary education that we have. We can speak English fluently. What about them? Do they understand English? So this needs to be incorporated into everything we do, making sure our indigenous language, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, and other languages in Nigeria have to be sources of communication to our people. Also, our legislative arm of government, they have a big role to play. What kind of law are they enacting? Are they enacting laws that protect their interest only? Are they enacting laws that protect the interest of their financiers? Are they enacting the laws that protect the interest of their godfathers? These are key areas as well. So the role of youth in that area, just to make sure that we all participate actively in the political process in Nigeria. Make sure that you have your PVC, not only PVC, know the reason why you are voting for any political party or any individual you are voting for. It's not just because somebody asked you to vote for somebody, and because of that, you just go and vote for that person. Know what manifesto, what has this person brought to the table? In what way is he or she different from others who have been ruling us for a very long time? Because whether you are for separate regions in Nigeria, or you are from restructured Nigeria, there is something that unites everybody, which is a better society. A better society is a united vision. So people need to understand this. So that is why it's very important. Even if you go out in our ways, for example, you will still have to vote in your various regions. The democracy has to be the form of government you want. So you have to practice it now. So make sure you know the kind of politics you are participating in is a genuine one, is the one that work for the humanity, is the one that work for the poorest communities in our country, is the one that will make your name to be imprinted in the good book of history. So I want to draw a curtain at this level. Thank you so much for this privilege, wonderful privilege, and I hope to have more consultation or discussion about this in the future. Thank you very much. Over to you, Chief Vincent.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Said Lawa. Thank you very much for your presentation. Please, Ambassador Obina, is Ambassador Obina here with us? You're the next in line to make your presentation. Ambassador Obina Bassi. In the absence of Ambassador Obina Baxi, is Dr. Ngozika, Apostle Dr. Ngozika. Is she here with us? Dr. Ngozika, is she here? Okay. Now we move to number 12, Ambassador Jacob O. Musa. Please, if you're here, indicate. Ambassador Joseph O. Musa, if you're here, indicate. Okay. Let's move to number 13, presentation by Chief CBN Ezedibo. Chief CBN Ezedibo, are you here with us? We go to page, number 14, Honorable Dr. Collins Osubu. Honorable Dr. Collins, please come on board if you're with us. Over to you. The floor is for you. Dr. Collins. Dr. Collins, are you here with us? Please unmute yourself and speak. Okay. Okay. Let's go to Ambassador Goswe. Ambassador Goswe.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Hello?
who is this? Do your introduction.
Can you hear me?
Yes, who is this? Do your introduction. Go ahead, please.
Okay, this is Godswill. So, can you, if you're not, can everybody mute your mic for now, please? So it doesn't reflect back to me. If you can mute your mic.
Hello?
Hello? Can everybody mute your mic?
Yes, the mic is mute.
Okay. So, okay, I would like to start by quoting a portion from the good book in Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, that states that when the wicked govern, the people mourn. In the next couple of months, Nigerians will get the chance to vote for new leadership that will bring about the rebirth of a new Nigeria that works for all Nigerians, no matter our ethnic, cultural, or academic background. This time, Nigerians must choose differently. One of the world's smartest individuals and great scientist, Albert Einstein, once defined insanity as doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Right now, the youth unemployment rate in Nigeria increased to 53.4% in the fourth quarter of 2020 from 40.8% in the second quarter of 2020. Now, permit me to lay down the framework of youth relevance in our society. We currently have a constitution that more than 50% of the provisions are being violated currently as it is. From the government violating the rights to freedom of expression and the press to the rights to peaceful assembly and association. The youths took the lead by protesting during NSAS. And as the youths were complaining about the violations of these provisions enshrined in our constitution during the tollgate demonstration, the government's response was to send in armed forces to kill these brave youths. The recklessness and the way the implementation of the Twitter ban was rolled out endangered the income and cash flow for millions of youths who depend on the platform for work. You know, we are supposed to have three co-equal branches of government. You know, we're supposed to have the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. And this is supposed to provide checks and balances to create a stable government. But instead, right now, we have just only one branch of government, which is the executive branch that runs everything. At best, we just have two, the executive and the legislative. We have a non-existent judiciary. Now, if we had a strong judiciary, what would have happened? What would have happened? A strong judiciary would have allowed families of the youths killed at the toll gates to sue the government for loss of life, pain, and suffering. A strong judiciary will allow the youths who were impacted by the Twitter ban to sue the executive branch for loss of revenue, and the government will be compelled to pay if they are unable to prove that the Twitter ban was supported by provisions in the Constitution, which right now they have not been able to prove that the Twitter ban was supported by any provision in the Constitution. So you see, the tragedy of the problems that we face in Nigeria is that the youth they lose all moral authority to demand that elected leaders protect the lives and properties of citizens from terrorists, or that elected leaders stop putting innocent Nigerians in prison when the citizens peacefully demonstrate or criticize the government, or that elected leaders stop stealing trillions and trillions of naira with zero accountability, or that elected leaders provide jobs, electricity, good schools, good health, healthcare, and justice for victims. The youth lose moral authority. This moral authority is lost when the youth accept compensation for their patriotic duty as citizens of Nigeria to vote for responsible leadership. By accepting the compensation for votes, otherwise known as stomach infrastructure, Nigerian citizens, our youth, have knowingly sold their birthright and thereby forfeited the right to demand any form of responsibility from leadership, from their elected leaders. So this is why democratic countries collapse. In 2023, we have the option of selling that birthright again. But the question is, are we going to use our powers to elect corrupt leaders and accept the stomach infrastructure? Are we going to use that power to bring about positive change in Nigeria? Now, for practical purposes, I'm just going to take us through what the hypothesis testing. We can present a null hypothesis that states that all politicians and presidents is good for Nigeria. Now, looking at the historical statistics, we can reject with 99% confidence interval that a null hypothesis that's establishing an alternative hypothesis that states that a youth president, somebody below 50, is good for Nigeria. And that is why we have to be now focused on bringing our youths and empowering them to make sure that they are part of governance. So, as you all know, my name is God's Will. I'm from Okwa East local government area of Abia State, and I'm a president of Nigeria aspirant for the 2023 election. I possess 3 academic degrees, 1 bachelor's and 2 master's. I have a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering with specialization in computational fluid dynamics from River State University in Nigeria. I also have a master's degree in computer science with specialization in cognitive artificial intelligence from Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas. I also acquired a master's of business administration degree in finance with specialization in private equity investment from the University of Houston City Bar College of Business in Houston, Texas. In corporate strategy, there's a useful tool called game theory.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Your time is already due.
Okay.
And
Let me go ahead and summarize. Let me summarize real quick. So what we have is we have to now begin to understand the implication of a 2023 election. Because if we do not get it right, there's a very likelihood that we might not have to come back to a Nigeria that we all know. And we have to engage ourselves, we have to bring in new people to the electoral process. And we begin to incentivize and mobilize our grassroots to come out and vote, because 2023 means a lot and is going to impact the future of Nigerians as we know it. I'm done speaking. My name is Godswill, and I'm a presidential aspirant for the 2023 election. Thank you.
thank you very much, Goswe. I think it's nice having you as an aspirant, and I also want to assure you that there are many people out there who have we've been seeing them trying to say they are an aspirant, they are aspiring for presidential election. The journey of presidential election is not even supposed to start now. It's supposed to have started a long time. The youth, thank God the youth are on clock and they are working in line with the memorandum of understanding between President Muhammadu Buhari and the youth who said we should wait till 2023. So we are already working. So we want young people like you to be the president. Yes, but to whom much is given, much is expected. we have a responsibility to meet to enable us design to take over leadership come 2023. And the journey, we are stranded. You may be talking the youth this, the youth that. The youth is stranded. They have eliminated and crippled our economic system that will come out for the youth to have resources to do one or two things. The youth are totally stranded. If you had me, people are dying. Hunger, hardship, poverty, it has already crippled the youth. So the youth are stranded. So you people that is aspiring to become the president candidate, the governorship candidate in 20, it's time you start facing some responsibility and planning towards empowering the youth so that by 2023 we will be able to achieve the goal. So I hope you will be able to understand that you have the network to take over, but you must start investing towards that network, because we just have one good year and some few months to presidential election. Not, I think, 18 months. So we don't even have time. So please, I will encourage you people that is aspiring for different positions to please start coming out and meeting up what the Youth Takeover Leadership movement actually needs, so that we can start projecting and showing the capacity that we are ready and we are capable of taking over leadership come 2023. Thank you very much. The next speaker, please, the next speaker should take over the floor. That is Ambassador Raphael Nkem Oji. Are you there? That is number 16. Ambassador Raphael Nkem Oji. If you're not there, I go to number 17. That is Comrade Ambassador David Vito Alozien. In his accent, I go to 19. That is Ambassador Frank S.M. Matai for Sierra Leone. Okay? Then let's go to Ambassador Kenneth Obama. We are heading towards Dr. Dube Amos, because I know many of us have been complaining about network. So we'll go to the next person, which is Honorable Ntembon Udon. Hello, Honorable Ntembo, are you there? Prince Uche Ejere, are you there? Ambassador Obina, let's head towards Ambassador Wole Ade Bayo Esquire, Kaftan TV. Are you there? He's also a presidential aspirant. Ambassador Wole Adebayo Esquire, are you there? Good. He's not here. Let's head towards Ambassador Kenneth Bandi, which is he is the Deputy National Chairman, Diaspora Engagement, ADC. Ambassador Kenneth, over to you. Thank you very much. It's your turn.
Well, thank you, Ambassador Vincent Obani. Like you know, I am wearing two caps here. I'll be representing the national chairman of our great party. He has asked me to please stand in for him because of the Anambra State election. It's currently on the way. He sends his greetings, and of course, he has so much confidence on the capacity of the youth to have a change in Nigeria. We have a very, very interesting topics. The doctor that presented on the agriculture, the one that followed up with the roles of the youth, and of course the last speaker. I think it's very clear that the Nigerian youth has woken up to their responsibilities. I hope that we're going to build on the answers like the last speaker said, and make sure that we take over the leadership of this country. And so the national chairman and the leadership of the party are very, very grateful for the roles the youths are playing. They send their greetings on the International Youth Day, and the party is looking forward to support every activities that geared towards the realization and actualization of the youth leadership in Nigeria. And so on behalf of the National Executive Working Committee, the National Chairman and Leadership of ADC, I want to say congratulations to the organizers of this great event for putting this together in spite of the difficulties in logistics, especially in the times of COVID. And we will continue to monitor and support in whichever way we can. And so briefly, like I said, I don't want to waste so much of your time. I saw you have a very long list of speakers. So we'll be wishing all the participants, all the speakers, all the panelists a very, very fruitful deliberation as we sit back, just like us in the philosophy of the party, as we sit back and watch the youths do their things and see where we can, join hands to make it a successful event. So thank you, Ambassador Ubani, and I wish you all a very fruitful deliberation.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Bandi. Please, the presentation you made is for your own presentation. And please, the national chairman is expected to do the last remark. That's so now, so it won't look as if the program has already come to an end, because he's the last person that is supposed to go on to the program to present some issue, because there are a lot of people who are here to ask questions and also get to understand where the ADC is leading the youth takeover leadership, the youth large population of structures coming on ADC. They have a lot of crucial questions they may need to ask him. So you need to maybe be there to answer one or two questions. And also he is supposed to kick off the donation of the youth takeover agenda. So these are very important things, and you need to wait at that last end because or you can see. I want you to know that you can still get in touch with the national chairman to see if he has any other thing to say to the people, because this is an avenue for the national chairman to speak to a great lot of potentials of people. If you watch, there are a lot of people that this program is designed for, and this program is properly recorded. And I know the end of this program will determine a lot, and also can change a lot. So please, thank you for your presentation. Let's go to the next speaker. You have to finish the last end of the program where the national chairman is supposed to do his own address. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I will take note of that.
Yes. So let's go to the next presenter. That is Ambassador Favor Obi. Do you have anything to say, Ambassador Favor? Think Barrister Favor Obi, please. If you're there, if you have anything to say to the youths, you can just go ahead if you're there. Next is Mark Godwin. Are you there?
Sir, yes, Honorable Vincent, I'm here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Standing on the existing protocols, I want to say thank you for the honor. Sorry, there's a background noise somewhere. I want to say thank you for this honor to speak to the youths and to the elites and our people, the great party ADC, African Democratic Congress. Also acknowledging my chairman, the Diaspora Network Europe. That's Honorable Kenneth Bandi. Sir, I greet you. So on that, I've been sent to give a small talk, 5 minutes talk on diaspora involvement in Nigerian politics. And that's a very beautiful concept. Let me start by saying, from the history of mankind, from the beginning of humanity, it's been known that the people outside of a given territory, a given location, that are called diasporas, like we call them diaspora, are the ones that eventually come back to rebuild broken walls, rebuild the economy, rebuild anything that has collapsed. For those of us that are Christians, the Bible has that storyline where the lost, those that were in captivity, that were outside of Israel, came back to rebuild Israel. So that same phenomenon is happening today. Somehow, Nigerians around the world, Nigerians that have left the shores of Nigeria, have left the shores of Nigeria for good anyway, but now is that time an awareness has come for them to remember the home country, remember where we come from, and want to be part of that rebuilding. So somehow life has given us the opportunity to be in different locations of the world. And I tell you, so much emphasis is placed on the remittance, the money we sent home. That is what the stake with diaspora are all about. But it is more than that. The money we sent home, yes, has been very, very, very useful to the economy of Nigeria. In fact, as of last year, I was trying to get the exact data, but as of last year, the remittance of diaspora to Nigeria supersedes the oil and crude oil, oil and gas income. So what are we talking about? Now we're talking about the other side of the wealth, resources, ideas and concept and intelligence that Nigerians outside Nigeria have gotten. And to tell you the fact, that wealth is immeasurable. That wealth is, you can't account, you can't even give account for it. Because a lot of Nigerians all over the world in their various fields have seen how things work. The world is experiencing a new approach to doing things in a different way. And the Nigerians in diaspora are gaining that experience that different countries are going through. So countries are going through what you call the ease of governance, the ease of making politicking simple and easy, the ease of carrying people along, the ease of development. These are some of the concepts that is brewing around the world, and Nigerians all over in most of these places are learning these various resourceful experience. So that ADC had this great idea of conceptualizing the diaspora, merging the diaspora into its party. This is a big time goal, big time plus, big time advantage for our great party ADC, because the Nigerians in diaspora have it. They have what it takes. They have what it takes. They have the skill. They have everything. And those skills will be wasted if we don't use it to rebuild our homeland. So with this small word, I want to say, first of all, I want to thank Honorable Vincent Anthony Ubani, trying to harness the different groups of people and bring us together. Then I want to say more importantly that the idea of getting closer to the Nigerians in diaspora and tapping from their wealth, the idea of looking how to harness all our experiences and using it for the good of our country is worth it, and it should be encouraged. There should be more of such co-relationship. There should be more of such arrangements, and it will be of great gain to our great party. So with that, I say thank you, Honorable Vincent. Thank you also for having me here. Thank you to all the youths of Nigeria, and we really hope to have a change in Nigerian politics as time goes on. God bless you all. Good night.
Thank you very much, sir, and you've done a very wonderful presentation. I really appreciate your message to us is encouraging, and we want to assure you that we know that at this junction, the fate of our youth and our nation lies in our brothers and sisters in diaspora to give us the empowerment we need. We have the youth as the foot soldiers. We only need to empower them to take over leadership from the hand of those old politicians. And by the special grace of God that we serve, we are going to achieve this goal. And God has designed ADC for this purpose. This is why ADC won this election, and we stand on ADC. And I pray that nothing will bring the confusion into this arrangement of you take over leadership under this ADC, because it is a divine project. Thank you very much, and God bless you for your presentation. The next to speak at this point is Raphael, 29. Raphael, are you there? From Jamin. Okay. The next Ambassador Flona Ngozi, is she there with us? You have anything to say? We've been having issues. We've not had ladies' voice, women voice, but it's well. Let's go to Ambassador Vivian Timothy. Is she there from Europe? Okay. I think it's time we bring in Ambassador Stephen Adoye, who is the person in charge of the GoFundMe raising Youth Takeover Leadership Agenda ADC Globalizing, in charge of generating funds for the Operation Youth Takeover Leadership Global Project. Ambassador Stephen Adoye, are you there? Ambassador Stephen.
Yes, I am.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon me that I am not able to appear in picture here. I will do my best to make sure it comes up. But if not, I just would like to pardon myself. I have 10 minutes to talk about the funds for the complete work that we intend to do, and of course, to bring ADC to power. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Stephen Adoye. I want to thank the chairman of ADC-DN in the entirety of it, Honorable Kenneth Bandi. I want to thank my immediate speaker who spoke, my brother Mark, Honorable Mark. I want to thank Honorable Victor Ubani. And may I also say, from the first speaker to the last speaker, you've done justice to your topic, and I thank you very much. Well, as we all know, I am, or if you don't, let me just, let you know, I'm a staunch member of ADC. I'm part of this, youth movement takeover because of the pronouncement of this wonderful party, ADC, that 70% of the people who will participate in the party, which the national chairman actually emphasized on, are going to be youth, handicapped, women, and that buttress our big plus point to ADC. And now working with the youth takeover. And to even include to that, it is a joyful thing as one of the 20 BOT of ADC to walk along line with the youth takeover, because the youth takeover took the initiative to work under one party. And I'm proud to say that this party is ADC. Hence my commitment and part of the work I do along with those who are highly minded people to bring ADC to power. Now, talking about funding, You see, most of the time, people at home look up to the diaspora to do the work for them. I was very excited when I read about the decision of the people who met, including myself, under the youth takeover, that first of all, if you want to build a house, you decide what you have in your hand, and then you get help, so that all the people participating in the political system under ADC in Nigeria should first of all task themselves and be ready to contribute immensely, financially, and then look up to the diaspora to add funds. Well, we have to know that the parties that are in power till now, let me just quote, except, and I repeat, the party of former General or retired General Olusegun Obasanjo. I remember a meeting with him when he was being prepared to take over the mantle of democracy in Nigeria in 1999. He made a statement. He said, I will not finish my term of office and leave debt behind for my children and for your children's children. We all clapped and we were thinking, how will this man do it? Look at the record. He did it. He reduced the Nigerian debt to so much low that every country in the world has respect for Nigeria. And I tell you, the Nigerian in diaspora were encouraged so much, and much was done under him. He was actually the brain behind the Nigerian diaspora. So what am I saying? I'm saying basically, and I'm adding to all the speakers, including my chairman, Honorable Gandhi. He rightly said it, that obviously the youth are strong, the youth are powerful. But first of all, show it yourself that you are that powerful. Then obviously you have the party which you are part of, and you are one of, and you are entitled to be part of it because you actually choose out of 16 parties, you choose the party that everybody said is the right party for Nigeria. So let's go on. It's time to go on. Now, we have already GoFundMe. That is for the diaspora. You see, I started speaking about the fact that the Nigerian youth and the ADC and the Nigerian part will have to pay their role. Yes, I'm happy that each one has been even tasked to pay $50,000, 50,000 naira to start with. And these had been agreed. So, gentlemen in the diaspora, this should be a motivation. If you contribute, it's going to be an investment. You are investing in the future of the nation, you see. You are investing in the future. You know, let me just conclude by this. I know I'm watching my time. Let me conclude. The parties that we know in power in Nigeria takes from the people and pocket their money. They never use it for infrastructure. They never use it to empower them. ADC and the youth takeover is different. We're going to do a lot different by empowering the youth, by giving them. I'm happy what was said at the beginning. The lady who spoke about the food shortage in the world. You see, I'm part of a consortium, and this consortium includes some of those people who are on this platform. We want to change the narrative of integrated agriculture in Africa. Nigeria is one, and the prime. So to conclude, you who put money in the diaspora, it will be watched, it will be monitored, and it will go right to where people will be empowered in agriculture, shoemaking, ICT, empowering women, empowering youth, and all people who will not at the end get a bag of rice or a bag of gari to vote for those who have already been doing that for many years. I will stop from here, and I thank you all for listening. Once again, I apologize that you could not see me in video, but let me just say, by the grace of God, that will change, and I hope that what we have discussed here will go a long way, and then we will change narrative in the political scene, in the geographical scene, and also in the life of the hungry and desperate in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador Stephen. Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. And just as we are aware, the GoFundMe has
that's why still waiting. The other one second minutes.
To go on that, we want to all critical stakeholders of Nigeria.
I'm serious now. This you want to take over.
See how we.
Is this how you want to take over Nigeria? That they cannot organize yet. They cannot put things in place normally. So they will go to.
What is distracting this please, admin, can you check who is distracting, and maybe you can just come mute him, or so that we can get focus. So I want to thank all our brothers, and I pray that we will be able to really achieve the target of the GoFundMe that has been established in diaspora, and we also hope that very soon some other directors from other countries will also establish their GoFundMe, because we have a target to have this
Alpha.
different locations.
Yeah.
So we have agreed to level everyone that will benefit from this 70%, 50,000 and above.
Ambassador Bani, we cannot hear you. Can you tell the admin to mute Ibrahim?
I just see my turn to this thing. Make you see what you are the talk. See,
because they don't take light.
I just did my system now like this, so because this is where I arrange the.
Okay. So please, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you.
So please, well, after this program, we are going to send across all the resolve and the GoFundMe link and so on, the mandatory levy of 50,000 for those 70% that will benefit from it, both from Nigerians in diaspora and at home, both the widows, the physically challenged, etc., both the youths. So there is a mandatory levy, and it's like an investment that we are going to actually use to yield the resources and also empower the youth to stand the capacity and strength to be able to take over leadership. So in this junction, I want to leave the floor for the representative, the person that will stand for the national chairman, the chairman of our great party, African Democratic Congress, to do his address and as well kickstart his donation, because we want to most likely have a donation for those that is here to make donations, because we are starting the official donation, and as well the GoFundMe
establishment will be kickstart. We put hands together to ensure this GoFundMe link goes viral so as to gain international strength to enable us to have people from various parts of the world supporting the project. Thank you very much. Ambassador Kenneth.
Thank you, Ambassador Bani, again. My opinion here is the opinion of the national chairman, not my personal opinion. When I have to add my personal opinion, I will tell you that. But having listened to all the speakers, again, I can repeat that it's a great honor for the ADC as a party to participate in this youth event. I think I'm more inspired, and it's good I stayed till the end of the program to listen to my very
We are losing.
Support the party, and I think he spoke our mind. Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead. We can hear
Hello?
you now.
We lost some minutes.
All right. I'll repeat again that to say that we are very grateful that we have a board of trustee member, Stefan Adeoye, who basically spoke the mind of most of our diasporan. We have our Honorable Mark, who is the public relation officer for the DN, not only initiative. Yeah, the charity begins at home. We are challenging the diaspora. We are challenging the youth, both in Nigeria and diaspora, to walk the talk. And like our honorable BOT member Stefan said, who is actually accidentally the leader of the GoFundMe, the youth has to demonstrate the capacity that they are willing and ready, to walk the talk. And once that is done, we will no doubt support them. The national chairman asked me to relate here that the ADC as a party are willing, able to support the youth movement, youth takeover movement in terms of cash and in kind. But he specifically asked me that they want to see a tangible action from this part before the national party can commit themselves in terms of a sum, so to say. If there are targets set by the youth takeover, and for any reason that target is not met, the ADC as a party is willing, able to come in and make sure that gap is filled, so that the aims of the program will be fulfilled. And so he's challenging the Nigerians in diaspora and also the Nigerian youths in diaspora and Nigerian youths at home, that we should be able to walk the talk, which you, Ambassador Bani, has actually kickstarted by taxing those people within that 70% range to demonstrate the capacity and be able to walk the talk. As a party, we have established the 7th diaspora zone across the 5 continents of the globe, including Asia, America, Africa, Europe, and Oceania. And in this 7th diaspora zone, we will be able to initiate also a GoFundMe in that direction. But like I will say that there's an urgent need to have a lot of coordination. The diaspora are a structured entity, and we'll be looking forward to have a more robust coordination with the youth takeover group, so that we can streamline some of our activities and make sure that there's no doubling of efforts or working at a crossroad. That is probably what we challenge the diaspora leadership in the next days, including Stefan, to make sure that he reach across to the various continental chairmen and various continental executives, so that we can have a streamlined focus structure to avoid working at a multiple purpose. That is actually what the AGC as a party stands. Again, we are very grateful for the organizers of this program. We are grateful for all the executive, all the youth executive across the globe that took part in that. And then we will be willing to escort this program as the case may be. And then we're open to take some critical questions if need be. But like I said, we have committed ourselves as a party to support this program. Let us see your targets, and we'll be able to make up whatever is the shortfall of your target. Thank you so much, Ambassador Bani, and I still remain here in case there's one or two questions to take.
Thank you very much, and for representing the national chairman, Chief Afokenwosu. I believe your message has been well recorded on behalf of the national chairman. Now, please, the room and the floor is open for any question before we actually, because like I said, this program is designed to kickstart a donation, but now the national chairman is not here, and it's obvious some part of that areas may be put on silent while we come to an end to this wonderful program. So I thank every one of us that has been here, and if you have any question, please, you can ask. The floor is open for everyone. You can unmute yourself and ask one or two questions. If you have anything to say, you can say. If you don't have a question, if you have anything to say, if you're here and you've not actually make any contribution in the discussion and you have something to say, please unmute yourself and say it.
Good evening, great men from different parts of the world. My name is Thompson Emmanuel Ezekiel from Akwa Ibom State.
That's Thompson. Maybe we can't hear you very well. I don't know if. Okay. Castros, please. Your hand is up. Can you unmute yourself and?
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. This is Dr. Ikpe Okaoka from Cross River State.
Okay. You're welcome.
Okay. First, I'll say I appreciate all your efforts towards bringing all youth in Nigeria to one umbrella at the same time preaching the gospel towards the rebirth of this nation. Actually, I've been online all through, and I've listened to people who were able to speak. And one of the areas I would like to look at is one of the people who mentioned, that is Engineer Gospel Nwankwo, Ambassador Gospel Nwankwo, who categorically told us here in this platform that he will be running for the presidency of this country. Actually, Nigeria is a country that is marked with a lot of massive irregularities, both in politics, as in election and other things. Now, someone that has been in the US, though he has been in Nigeria and now in US, now he's in Nigeria trying to see if he can put things in order. Like one of the speakers did mention that even those who were outside Israel were the ones that came down to Israel to make Israel a better place. And today everyone can now say, yes, Israel is a place I can stay peacefully. Now, since he's coming to Nigeria to make Nigeria a better place, I would like him to tell us, I would like, this question is directly to him, because these are the people we are looking out for, because we need a candidate. We don't need party this time around. We need someone that can be able to solve the problems of Nigeria. So my question now is, what is his agenda? What is his vision, his mission towards actualizing the dream, the Nigerian dream that everyone is yearning for, especially the youth, so that we won't be dying over nothing, just for protecting our rights? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and God bless you for your question. I believe this question, he will actually, in as time goes on, present this in a form that can be well discriminated to all people, so that we can all read. I think it's not here that we can get these answers. So I believe you're in one of the group, so you will surely get that. He should know that he has to present something in line with the question you've asked. So thank you very much. Is there any other person that has anything to say? Is there any other person that has anything to say? Okay. I think we are going to go to the, since there is no person that has anything to say, let me go to the straight to the closing remarks of this program. I want to once again thank you all for this wonderful day, the International Youth Day, which we used as a day to dialogue under our one-party system, the African Democratic Congress, ADC. Now, this message should be well documented and recorded for those who are part and parcel of ADC before the youth emergence into the party. The Nigerian youth is they are type of human beings that you will never understand, but at the same time, you cannot underestimate what they can do. Financially, they may be slow, or they may be not capable, but when they hear let's go, if they see someone that say let's go, the strength that they brings out is like you will be shocked. Since the emergence of ADC as a one-party system, I want to assure you that the youth takeover leadership, Nigerian youth nationwide, has done a lot to project ADC globally. They have done a lot. If ADC is to pay for what the type of marketing that Nigerian youth has marketed ADC, then I don't know how much they will be they will be talking about here, because they have done a lot. Because we have been having foot soldiers moving from places to another, trying to make the people be aware that we have adopted a one-party system. They have brought out different initiatives to market ADC. All this is an idea. Even me, since 6 months now, if I'm not mistaken, or 5 months, I've been on one place to another. I've not even seen my family. I've been moving from one place with teams of people. Currently, we've been in Anambra now since the primary election. We are still in Anambra because we know the importance of Anambra election. So we have been moving. I'm sure in a full day, if I'm to say, let me go to look for money, I know how much I will be able to make. But I left everything and I'm marketing ADC. Likewise, many other people out are doing same. So on that note, that enough to me is enough for ADC to understand that we are doing the areas we can do. because we don't have financial strength. We can only put our human strength in doing everything to ensure that ADC take over leadership. Come 2021 governorship election here in Anambra, and next year Ekiti and Osun, then 2022 presidential election. My point now ends by saying that if ADC did not give us that capacity to continue this work, we will be losing all the strength. And some little party that is supposed to have even moved into ADC are saying that ADC is not giving the strength. They are now building the YPP, that is the party that came in second in the online poll. If ADC continue to watch and look and be waiting for the youth, why the youth is believing that they have done more than they are supposed to have even done, because if I have left my family for 6 months or 5 and moving from one place, projecting ADC, then ADC must do everything, even if it requires, which was the paramount something we are supposed to have done, running the administration process, getting in touch with critical stakeholders of youth and also men in this country that we believe by the time we get in touch with them, they will actually give us a strength, support strength. But when we don't run this administration work, it becomes difficult. I remember very well, because people may not speak, but they know at the end of the day, they will say that we have reached many agreements on what we need to do. And at the end of the day, the agreement never come to pass, even when we agreed and have already agreed that this will be something we have to do. But at the end of the day, the agreement ceases not to come to pass. Then it becomes a very serious issue that people are saying that ADC must stand to their words. Whatever we agree must be a bond that must not change. Because if you say we are going to go to Onitsha tomorrow, and by tomorrow morning nobody is even discussing the Onitsha again, when we have already agreed that we are going to go to Onitsha, don't you see that is already a setback to the movement? So I am appealing to the ADC stakeholders to please understand and also feedback to the BOTs and the national working committees of ADC that the youth and the people are watching ADC. Whatever you see, I come to an agreement with I did not only come to that agreement, I must have come to that agreement with some other persons who I have to feedback as well to. And at the end of the day, if what I told them we agreed on it, and maybe that has happened first, second, third, it becomes to look as if there is something wrong somewhere. I'm already saying that if ADC cannot meet up to the expectation to put force together to see how we can work together to generate revenue. If we don't have money in the party, good. But we need to put the little we have and see how we can generate revenue. We know there are critical stakeholders who are out there that we need to reach out to. We need vehicles. Yes, the national chairman has written a letter last time that they need vehicle. But this letter, how do you even send this letter? Who do you send it to? Who are the people we are supposed to? All these things are things we need to pull house together and start identifying these people and start doing the appropriate thing so that ADC can take back their capacity and their strength as the party that won the online voting. I am appealing that giving the necessary support and also encouraging and also speaking to the leadership of ADC on the need to drastically come to an agreement with whatever they are agreeing with the youth takeover and the youth, and whatever that they have agreed, let it be something that must be fulfilled. message. Whatever we agreed must be fulfilled so that we can move forward. ADC should expect nothing or anything that has to do with finance. They should not expect that much. The levy we have levied, those who are committed in benefiting from the sharing formulas of how this ADC government will come and how this party will merge. These are the people that will actually be the decision making. And these are the people that will fulfill this levy, as we have already agreed to levy everybody 50,000 naira. And as well, we have opened room for those who are aspiring to become governorship, House of Rep, and so on, to come on board to make more donations so that we can be able to have the strength to do the needful in terms of creating awareness. Because what we need at this junction is to create awareness and mobilize people into the movement and turn ADC as a movement for youth to take over leadership come 2023, starting from November 6th election here in Anambra State. We need everybody to start encouraging us because we have to do things to support our candidate here in Anambra State. And we are almost, should I even say we are almost stranded because we cannot move. Normally we do one or two things, but anything we do costs money. And if we don't have money, we cannot do much. So I'm appealing that everybody should know that whatever we are doing today is for the good of tomorrow and for the good of 2023. So please, let's work as brothers and sisters, and let's see how we can achieve the goal for ADC to come on board to take us to the promised land, for us to be liberated from the bad leaders. And I thank you all, and I pray that Almighty God will continue to bless you and guide us and protect us and keep us alive until we achieve our goal and target come 2023. Thank you, and God bless you all. So, I think in the accents, if you have anything to say, you can say last, then let's go for the closing prayer.
I don't know if I can speak without raising my hand. I have been trying to puncture the sign of my hand to be raised, but it has not been possible. Can I go ahead and speak? I'm sorry.
Go ahead and speak. Honorable Festus Duru, please go ahead and speak.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name is Festus Duru. All protocols duly observed, as it is said here in Nigeria. I commend the organizers of this program. I commend all the speakers. In a nutshell, if I may suggest, I think in as much we are waiting for the stakeholders and the party to come up with ideas to support the youth movement. Since the youth has the strength, what of, if it is possible, we have some aspirants who aspire to become president. We don't know, or I don't know if they have structure already on ground, or if the aspirants are going to be building or hoping on to build on this structure of the youth and that of ADC. If that is the case, I will suggest to the leadership of the youth, since in the course of this meeting, this very meeting tonight, you have mooted about 2 or 3 names of persons who have intention to vie for presidency. If you can call these persons together, since we are pursuing common goal, let them perceive the smell of their mouths is an adage. And maybe they can come together and raise one bus or two bus or three, as the case may be, to show the youth that, yes, I am determined. I want to run. If an aspirant wants to run for local government chairman, for instance, he can get a small car that at least should cover the little environment. So our aspirants, even if it is fairly used, they can come together and arrange. Okay, take this one. Let us see what you can do. If we see the level of your activities, then we can come up, or we can even extend invitation to our friends, our associates, to give you more support. You know, it is this issue of trust deficit that has existed in Nigerian youths. So if I would suggest to the organizers, the leadership of the youth, call these people together and sell this idea to them. If they can collectively get one bus for the youth, let the youth begin and everybody watch them and say, okay, these people are committed. Then the reward for good job is more jobs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Festus Dugu. I believe all those our brothers that have shown in contesting for various positions will do the right, the needful, to see how we can be empowered in our more top concerned area. The resources to take over leadership is not here. It's not a small something. So we need to run an administration process. We need to reach out to critical stakeholders, young people who are rich, musicians who are rich, who are under the young age. We need to actually do a lot. And to do so, we need things to run an office. We need mobility to move. And these are all what we have already templated, which will be transmitted out to our various groups after this meeting. So please, I'm encouraging, I'm appealing that everybody should put hands together to see how we can actually achieve greater goal. I want to also guarantee you all that as the Global Director General and the leaders of the Nigerian Youth Coalition of Young Candidates in Nigeria and also Nigerian youth leaders, the mantle bestowed on me, I understand this very well. And then those that bestowed this mantle on me also understand what I stand for. My integrity, my transparency, my accountability is 100% assured that in anything I do, I compromise what's supposed to go for 10, I can use 2 or 3 or even 5 to get it done and give the same result. It means I don't, because there is resources and I lavish it on anyhow. No, I make sure that the resources achieve the target. And also I even have leftover in the process. So everything is on that path. I'm going to lead this movement towards we taking over leadership. And I have all what it takes, even the documents. There are some crucial documents. I happen to have everything that we need. Everything, all documents is intact. I'm a member of the APC Presidential Campaign Council. So I know how deep I've been. I'm a governorship candidate in the last election in 2019. So I am not worried. I have every template to take us to the taking over leadership. All I need is your support and encouragement. And once this support and encouragement comes, you will see every youth will wake up and they will be activated, and the movement will go to the 774 local governments up to the global world. So please, let's support the youth takeover leadership to achieve the brighter target and goal. So God bless you. Ambassador Joy
Hello.
Bakari, so go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, everyone in the house. Ambassador Joy Bakari. In fact, I greet and thank everyone in the house and everybody that stayed today. I just thank everybody and I'm thanking every one of us. In line with today's meeting agenda, godfatherism should not be encouraged. I think all what we need is accountability, transparency, commitment. Most especially, thank God we have somebody like the Global Director General who can manage resources where we can use 100,000, he can use 60,000 to give the same results. And he will not negotiate. He will not betray. He will not compromise anything that will go against our brighter future and our goal. And I thank him because I have tested him, I don't know, of other people. I keep following his footsteps because if not him, I will not be in this platform. I will not have the opportunity to talk to people in this platform. And with him, he keep encouraging everybody, bringing up every youth to come together because I know together, one united we win, but divided we cannot achieve anything. And he keep pushing. He keep pushing. He wants to see that all our youth. He keep pushing to see that all our youth is useful in our country, Nigeria, and is fighting for the betterment of our youth. And I'm seeing encouraging every other youth to come together. Even when he's saying he's not at home for more than 5 months or so, I even joined him in the struggle for like about 3 months or so. I've not been at home. When we come to Ibadan, to see Honorable Said Lawan, so I have to say, look, let me go home and see my children. But the question is, people keep asking us, this ADC we are carrying, marketing going on down, we even know anything about the ADC, that is one, and people keep telling us, okay, they want to key in into ADC, we should tell them, I should tell them more about ADC. And like me, I don't know much about ADC, but that is by the way. But I just want to tell the people in ADC, I noticed like about 2 or 3 of the BOT of ADC that are on the Zoom meeting with us today. I would like to tell people to help us to tell the people, especially the youth, the national youth leader and the rest, to embrace us well, because we are doing a good job of ADC. Marketing ADC is not easy. It's not easy. It's not an easy task, because many people keep saying, do you know more about ADC? Do you want all the youth to come to it? They say, yes, all youth have to come together, because together we come, together we move, together we win, and together we achieve our goal. That they should try the possible best to embrace youth takeover, to embrace us. And because there was a time before we announced the winner of the online poll, I think Honorable Peter Ede promised and make a promise and said they are going to make a courtesy visit. They are going to take us, and let's know the people in charge of ADC. Let's know them. It's our time to know the people in charge of ADC, and they should try to make sure that all the youth come together as one. They shouldn't be seeing us, not the youth take over doing something else and ADC doing something else. No, that's one, me, I'd not go for it. I'd not go for it. I'm just pleading and begging every one of us. Every members of ADC should try and embrace us, hold us well as one family. When we join hands together, I know we are going to, the star will be our limit. We are going to achieve whatever we are working for. So I don't want to add that a little of my opinion. So I thank everybody in the house, and God bless everybody. And we need everybody to join hands together to make sure to kick of our administration. Going up and down is not an easy thing. So we need support from everybody. We need support in every corner. Thank you all. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Joy Bakari. She's a mother of 5, and she has done a lot in terms of making sure that ADC is being. In fact, she's a very great mobilizer of women and ladies. That's why she's the national supervisor for women and ladies, and she has shown a lot of capacity. In fact, the national chairman of our great party can testify to that. And that I have teams of people. Currently, we are still about 4 here in Anambra. We are working, and the other people in other states that is also doing the work. So we are committed to achieve goal for ADC and for the youth to take over leadership. People should give us the necessary support. The support we need is paramount to enable us give you results. But we could not get this support, we end up compromising out because we have already run out of capacity to move. We don't want to run into stranded, which we pray we don't run into that situation. So please, do. And as you do, Almighty God, we pray that every support you give for us to fight to achieve the youth to take over leadership and party to take over from the PDP and the APC. So thank you very much. If you have any other thing in the absence, because we are rounding up this in less than 2 minutes, if you have anything to say, please, if you have anything, any word of encouragement, anything, you can just say. Let the closing prayer, which the closing prayer, Honorable Festus Duru shall do the closing prayer. So thank you very much. If you have anything to say, please go ahead. Honorable Festus Duru.
Hello, yes. Hello. Can I go on and do the closing prayers?
Yes, in the absence of no other message, you can go on and do the closing prayer of this event.
Okay, thank you very much. Shall we pray? Father in heaven, we thank you for the grace. We thank you for this meeting. We thank you for being the chair of this discussion. We pray and ask that you please give us a new lead. Nigeria is known with almost all the negative pictures. A negative report from the United Nations say that Nigeria is the most depressed in Africa, Nigerians. Despite we are the giant of Africa, Nigerians became the most depressed. Another report a few months ago said that 45 countries are going to face food crisis. And amongst these 45 countries, Nigeria is sitting at the 9th position. It is a disturbing situation and disturbing picture. We are helpless. It is only you, God, who can help us. Our factories and our industrial estates are fast becoming worship centers. The future looks so bleak. Our colleagues who have gone out of the country, studied, they find it difficult to come back because of insecurity. Even those who have the resources can't come to invest in this country. Father, we have hope in you. During the time of Israelites, you showed yourself. We believe you can still do that in Nigeria. The case of Nigeria is beyond our expectation. Our youths have become very idle industry. So many graduates, no job. So many graduates, after becoming graduates, have masters. They still go to parents to ask for pocket money. Father, there is no one we can cry unto except you. Please come to our aid. Come to help us. Rescue us. We are in their need of rescue. Father, we please ask you to please help us. Because of the multitude of your children in this country who are helpless, despite all the resources you endowed us with, there is no hope. Please, Father, come and help us. We pray and ask you to take total control. And so we ask in the name of God who created us, heaven and earth. Amen.
Thank you very much, Honorable Festus, and Almighty God will answer our prayers. In Jesus' almighty name, I pray. Amen. Thank you, and God bless us all as we come to an end. The program of the International Youth Day and the discussion of our one-party system, ADC. God bless us all.